Well, I have 2 little recipes, very quick and easy, that are based on molecular gastronomy.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Awesome. Let's get our cook geek glasses on again.
Right, yeah, put those babies up. So molecular gastronomy is all sorts of cool stuff like using liquid nitrogen and crazy chemicals, but it's also about making really interesting flavor combinations. And so strawberries and coriander, also cilantro, same plant, share a lot of similar chemicals and based on science, make an interesting flavor combination. So we have our strawberries, which have been cleaned and dried, and they're organic, and I made sure to grab the freshest, reddest, most ripe looking ones we have there.
Amazing.
And all about the same size, because when they're on the tray, I want them to look nice. So those are all ready to go. And then our next step is to melt our chocolate.
What kind of chocolate is that?
This is Valrhona chocolate,
Yeah.
and it is some of the best chocolate, I think, in the world. And it's 70% cocoa, so you want a nice dark. And there's no milk solids in this, so this is gonna be a vegan dish. And when I use chocolate for covering things like strawberries or pretzels or candy, you wanna add a little bit of a solid fat. So you can use vegetable shortening, which has some weird stuff in it, not really sure. Or you can use coconut oil, which is really healthy for you.
Coconut oil is the new vegetable oil.
Exactly.
It's all the rage. It's healthier for you.
We're so damn trendy. You have no idea.
That was a good moment.
Right, you like that?
You worked it.
I just had a moment. So I'm adding my coconut oil to the chocolate. You could do this on a double boiler over the stove, but I'm lazy, so we're gonna do it in the microwave.
Yes.
And we have a magical microwave right here. And just do it at low power for 15 seconds, and then stir in between, and that'll keep your chocolate from burning.
Amazing.
To my little baby pan, I'm gonna add, I have my 1 tablespoon of coriander in there. And this is 1 teaspoon of black pepper.
The microwave is telling us the chocolate needs to be stirred again.
Hark!
Hark. Just gonna stir.
Oh, so it is starting to melt a little
Now
bit
it's starting
there.
to melt, yeah.
We want to do this really evenly because there's nothing worse than wasting 8 ounces of really delicious chocolate.
Okay, this is really good. Okay, 15 seconds.
All right, so that goes back into the microwave. And then finally, I have about a half a teaspoon of smoked salt here. And you don't have to use smoked salt. I just had some lying around, and I thought that that smoky flavor would go well with the coriander.
Of course, you just have smoked salt lying around.
I'm
amazing.
fancy.
That's cool.
I don't know if you noticed my vest, but I'm especially fancy today.
Yes. Woo! Chocolate wants to be stirred.
So a good tip when using spices like this coriander, the black pepper, and the salt that I have in the pan here is to toast it a little bit before you use it, and that really brings out all the flavor. Okay, so this is gonna toast over a really low heat. And that we're just gonna toast that in that pan until you can smell it. It'll smell really fragrant, and it'll just barely start to smoke. That's when you know that it's ready.
Wow.
So meanwhile, we can continue melting our chocolate. So our chocolate's melted, our spices are toasted, our strawberries are washed and dried.
They look like they got a nice brown.
Yeah, they
mixture
did
too.
deepen that color a little
so
bit.
that you can know it's done by that too.
So I'm gonna pull this guy out, and this is just a Silpat lined baking sheet. That's gonna keep our strawberries from sticking. And we're gonna take our strawberry. I like to leave the green on, because that gives you something to grip. Or you could skewer it if that's your jam. And we're just going to dip it into our chocolat. And I want like good coverage on there, all the way up to the leaves. Let it drip off just a little bit. And then onto our Silpat.
Wow.
So we have all of our strawberries here, and the chocolate's still a little bit wet, which is what we're gonna need to finish it with our spices. So you can just grab a tiny little pinch, and really a little bit of this goes a really long way. We
Okay.
don't wanna like overdo it. So I think like just a nice little sprinkle, a dusting without like covering it, you know? Because we want hints of that coriander flavor, but we don't want it to be crazy intense. So these just need to set up. You can leave them out at room temperature for 4 hours or so until that chocolate solidifies. But as usual, I'm kind of impatient,
Yeah.
and I know you're hungry.
I'm impatient today.
So I'm just gonna pop them into the refrigerator, and then they'll set up like that.
Great.